Hello all of you, welcome to DBMS lectures by Ramal Gupta. In this particular tutorial we are going to study about relational model. We have already studied hierarchical, network and ER models, and now we are going to concentrate on the fourth topic, that is the relational model. Let me tell you that relational model is the most extensively used model across the world, and it holds a scientific meaning, and the actual implementation of DBMS is done in relational model. The basic highlights of this particular relation model is that we try to save the data in the form of relations. All right, relations को हम tables भी कह सकते हैं. These tables are formed of rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns से define होता है. And let's try to take an example and then we'll figure out the highlights of relation model. Let's consider a table named employee. In that particular table we are going to save a lot of details about the employee. Let's say one is employee ID, another is employee name, salary, department in which he works, his personal details, let's say his phone number, and a lot of other fields. There can be a lot of fields associated with the details of the employees. There can be any number of columns. Okay, so in relational model, the column names are the attributes. The column names represent the attributes, that is employee ID, employee name, salary, department in which he works, phone number. These are all the attributes, and the values of those particular attributes are filled in the form of rows. Let's say employee number 1, his name is ABC, his salary is 50,000, he works in department D1, his phone number is 999, and so on and so forth. Employee number 2, XYZ, 20,000, D2, let's say phone number is 888, and so on. So in this particular table, in this particular relational model, the data is saved in the form of tables. There are a lot of tables, and those tables can be basically related to each other with the help of certain constraints, certain integrity constraints, and we are going to discuss about them in detail shortly. Let us further discuss the highlights of these relational models. The first highlight is that data is stored in the form of relations. These relations can also be called as tables. All right. When we are trying to save the data into the database, into the basic table, there can be a lot of there can be content which can be redundant, but we can keep a check on it, and therefore we can basically normalize it. We are going to study in detail the concept of normalization and its forms. As of now, just note that we can normalize the content in the tables present. Now each row we try that there is a unique value. We always try to keep a unique value in each row, such that that particular row can be identified based upon the unique row, the unique value which we are referring to. For example, in this particular table, the employee ID field has, the employee ID has 1 and 2. These are distinct from other employees. All right, there might be another employee C who has the name ABC. So in that case, and he can have the same salary and he can work in the same department. But we try to distinguish these two rows, that is the row number 1 and row number 3, with the help of a unique row, that is employee ID. The ID for each and every employee is going to be different, and that is going to be a major practice. And each column in a relation holds a value from a same domain. Obviously, अगर इस कॉलम की बात कर रहे हैं तो इस कॉलम्स में सारे एम्प्लॉय आईडीज ही होंगे, एम्प्लॉय नेम्स ही होंगे, सैलरी ही होगी, एंड डिपार्टमेंट आईडीज एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. So basically these are the highlights of the relational model, and if you get a question in theory, you can easily answer that. Thank you so much for watching this video.